Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the mysteries of the corporate world. And sometimes, just sometimes, we find out that someone's out the door, and it is not for a vacation. Today we are looking at a filing from XCF Global Incorporated, and it seems like they've had a bit of a shake-up, potentially. Let's dive in and see what it all means. And before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from these corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below, a place to chat and share your own findings. So we're looking at a Form 8K filing from XCF Global. Incorporated, think of this like a special announcement the company has to make when something important happens that investors should know about right away. It's not a regular report like their quarterly or annual ones. This is for more immediate news. The date of this report is the 2nd of February 2026. This is important because it tells us when the event actually took place. Now, XCF Global Incorporated, the full name of the company. They are incorporated in Delaware, which is a common place for companies to set up their legal home. And their file number with the sexy is 001-42687. This filing is mainly about item 5.02. This section of the form is specifically for reporting departures of directors or certain officers, the election of new directors, or the appointment of new officers. It is where you find out about key personnel changes. And indeed, on the 2nd of February 2026, XCF Global Incorporated made a significant personnel announcement. They terminated the employment of Gregory Charette, who was their Chief Strategy Officer. Now, the title Chief Strategy Officer sounds pretty important, doesn't it? This person is usually in charge of figuring out the company's long-term plans and how it will compete in the future. The report also mentions something important about why Mr. Charette is leaving. It says his departure from the position of Chief Strategy Officer is not due to any disagreement with the company on any matter relating to the company's operations, policies, or practices. This is often called a no disagreement clause. Companies include this to signal that the departure wasn't because of a major conflict or ethical issue. It sounds like it was more of a mutual parting of ways, or perhaps a strategic decision by the company. The board of directors, who are the top leaders elected by the shareholders, thanked Mr. Charette for his service and contributions. This is standard practice when someone leaves, but it is a nice touch. They also noted that Mr. Charette's employment agreement was previously filed. This means his contract details are on public record from an earlier filing. Now, let's look at the other relevant part of this filing, which is item 9.01. This section deals with financial statements and exhibits. In this specific filing, under exhibits, they are listing a document that is very standard for these reports. Exhibit number 104. This is the cover page interactive data file. This basically means the report itself is tagged with special computer code called inline XBRL. That makes it easier for computers to read and analyze the financial information. It's a way to make the data more accessible to financial analysis tools and regulators. It is interesting to note that there aren't any major financial tables presented directly within this 8K filing. This filing is primarily about a personnel change, not a financial performance update. Typically, if there were significant financial results to report, they would be included, or the company would issue a separate press release tied to a quarterly or annual report on a Form 10Q or 10K. The company does list its registered securities. XCF Global Incorporated has its class of common stock registered and traded under the ticker symbol SAFX on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. This tells us how investors can buy and sell shares of the company. They also indicate that XCF Global Incorporated is an emerging growth company. This is a designation given by the CC to companies with less than a certain amount of annual revenue. Emerging growth companies have some regulatory advantages, like being able to delay adopting new accounting standards, which can give them more flexibility as they grow. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture here for XCF Global. Incorporated, the primary news in this filing is the departure of their Chief Strategy Officer. In the world of business, a Chief Strategy Officer is crucial. They are the ones who chart the course for the company, deciding where to invest, how to grow, and how to beat the competition. When such a high-level executive leaves, especially without any apparent major disputes, it often signifies a shift in the company's strategic direction or a change in its long-term vision. It could mean the company is planning a new direction that Mr. Charette's approach might not have aligned with. Or it could signal that the company is satisfied with its current strategy and doesn't need that particular role filled in the same way. It is also possible that their strategy is not yielding the expected results, leading to a change in leadership for that critical function. While this filing doesn't give us a deep dive into financial numbers, the change in a Chief Strategy Officer is a strategic indicator. Investors should be looking for future announcements or actions from XCF Global to understand what the new strategy or the evolution of the current one will be. Is the company aiming for aggressive expansion, a more conservative approach, or perhaps exploring new markets or technologies. The departure of a chief strategy officer often precedes a more significant strategic announcement. For XCF Global, incorporated now, the key will be how they replace Mr. Charette, or if they decide to redistribute his responsibilities. The talent and vision of the strategy team are paramount for sustained success, especially for an emerging growth company that needs to find its footing and a clear path to profitability and market share. The fact that they are an emerging growth company also means they are likely still in a growth phase, possibly facing the challenges of scaling operations, acquiring customers, and managing resources efficiently. Such a departure at this level could introduce a period of uncertainty if not managed proactively. In conclusion, XCF Global Incorporated has seen a significant leadership change with the exit of their chief strategy officer. While the filing assures us there were no major disagreements, this move undoubtedly signals a potential shift or refinement in the company's strategic path. Investors should keep a close eye on future communications from XCF Global to understand the implications of this change and the company's plans moving forward. Alright, that is our breakdown of XCF Global's latest filing. What is your take on these personnel changes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.